Welcome to my first video on this channel. My name is Krista, and I'll be doing a majority of the movie reviews and other comic/cartoon related things. Today, I'm going to be talking about the new movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Out of the Shadows. Keep in mind that all comments during this are my own, and I don't have anything against any person involved with making this movie. I've been a fan of the Ninja Turtles for a long time. I would actually say they're one of my favorite superhero groups. I've stuck with them through the 1980 cartoons to the 2012 cartoons and have been a long-lasting fan. I recently started getting into the older comics as well. I used to read them, but never seriously or in order. Keeping that in mind, back in 2014 when they first announced the first live-action TMNT movie since the 1990s, I was pretty excited. Except, we all know that it kind of turned into the Megan Fox, April O'Neil show and barely focused on the Turtles at all. It was a good movie if you like Megan Fox, and it was a good movie if you like Michael Bay's films. As an extreme Turtle fan, however, it left you feeling a little bit disappointed. So, naturally we were all skeptical when the 2016 movie was announced, but right from the get-go it seemed much better. The introduction of Casey Jones, Bebop and Rocksteady, Baxter Stockman, and Kraang really got TMNT fans hyped. As more commercials began to air, it seemed that this movie was more about the Turtles, as a TMNT movie should be. All that was left was to wait until the movie actually aired and sit down and watch it. So there's spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, skip ahead. I'll try to avoid as many spoilers as possible, but obviously a review will need to drop a few. Right from the get-go, this movie seemed a lot better than the first one. There were way more focus on the Turtles themselves, and for once the main plot was not focused in a Leo versus Raph way. The trials they faced actually focused around all four of them, and Donatello and Michelangelo got some well-needed screen time. Out of the new characters introduced, there were a ton of good and a little bad. Among other things, the recasting of Karai seemed a little pointless, as she had maybe 4 lines the whole movie. Brian T. Shredder was good, but not jaw-dropping. One of the major new characters introduced was Casey Jones, played by Stephen Amell. Amell's Casey was portrayed very well. He had no problem getting his temper and personality across the screen like previous Caseys. However, Amell's Casey lacked the important things, like his trademark long hair and his usual backstory. Casey's backstory in this movie was that he had been a corrections officer who had been kicked out. This new take on his backstory was very good, although some old Turtle fans might be mad it didn't stick to his past. The addition of Casey Jones also helped add a feeling of finality to the Turtle/April O'Neil crew. Also introduced was Kraang, and many were super excited for this. He looked great right down to the human exosuit. His personality was also spot on to the 1980s television show. However, he also had very little screen time. He appeared way too early in the movie as well, which didn't make the audience as surprised for the final fight. Kraang himself was great, but the way they put him in the movie was a little lacking. Baxter Stockman was also another character who I wished had more screen time. He was hilarious, played by Tyler Perry. The whole theater was laughing during his scenes. Unfortunately, he simply just was not shown very often. Finally, and perhaps the best new addition to the movie, was Bebop and Rocksteady. Bebop and Rocksteady are fan favorites and always have been. This movie was the first live-action TMNT movie they've ever been in, which was very surprising, and they were played incredibly. Seamus and Gary Anthony Williams totally nailed the part, and I don't think anybody had any issues with Bebop and Rocksteady throughout the whole movie. They had great chemistry on screen, and all their scenes were hilarious, and were given the perfect amount of screen time. Even if you aren't a Turtle fan, you would love these two. Plot-wise, the movie was also pretty great. It didn't follow exactly any particular comic or TV series, but it was still interesting. I won't say the plot here for spoiler purposes, but I will say that there were parts that were a little confusing and hard to follow. Megan Fox's April O'Neil was actually much better this time around as well. She actually operated with the Turtles, not as a solo act. She also wasn't giving a majority of the film's screen time, which was a mistake made with the first movie. Vern was actually surprisingly good in this movie as well. The addition of Casey actually really improved his part, as it seemed like he was actually part of the team now. He also had some great scenes, which was, I admit, a little surprising to say. As for the Turtles themselves, they were also fantastic. If you're a fan of Donatello, see this movie. He had great lines and a ton of screen time, something unique to other movies. Michelangelo was also great as well. There were some surprising scenes with him. Leo and Raph were about the same, of course, but this time there was some major drama in this with Leo that left some fans feeling extremely confused. Master Splinter wasn't shown very often, but there was one great scene with him and Casey. One thing that could be considered a drawback or a plus to the movie, however, is that there are a lot of references to the comic series, the 1980s show, and much more. They were throughout the whole movie. TMNT fans will love this, as I did. It really helped it feel like a Ninja Turtles movie, and it brought a lot back to watching the old cartoons like you did as a kid. However, if you aren't a Turtle fan, this will get extremely confusing. One of my friends I saw the movie with wasn't a Turtle fan, and she was totally lost throughout the whole movie. Overall, I think the movie was amazing. I ended up seeing it twice and loved it. And that's it. So I guess I'll give it some ratings now. If you're a Turtle fan, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Go see it, it's great. It's not as closely following the comics or cartoons as some other movies, but it's still really fun if you are a Turtle fan. If you're not a Turtle fan, I'd give it about a 6 out of 10. It's funny and well put together, and kids will certainly enjoy it, but you will definitely not understand a lot of the parts. Okay guys, that is it. Thank you for watching. Coming up next on movie reviews will be X-Men Apocalypse. If you have any suggestions for a movie or television show, leave a comment below. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you soon.